Okay, good morning. The time is 5:13 in the morning. Today is the 1st of February 2024. So I'm making this video because I keep waking up. I finally got up. I just got up and moved. Well, it's not the first time I moved. Um, um, Trying to sleep every single night, but um, I saw JWTV night before last, and he was talking about different stuff, but he was also talking about people finding this stuff that's in their mouth and in their stomach, in their guts. And this is what it's this being put in people. It's not just something people getting. Everything that's happening to us is being done to us. So every night for the last 6 years, I've been moving from here, moving from there, moving to over here. And everywhere I move to, this stuff follows me. It's going inside my private area, both my front and my back. And when we moved here, I noticed that there was lines out in the yards. There was a line coming from down the street, and it would curve up in the yard and meet the one that was coming from across the street. Then there was one in the back, and there was one going over with that apartment, 2-story building where the food truck would be parked at. And it would go inside my body, no matter if I'm in the living room or in the bedroom, which I haven't slept in the bed in 2 years because when we first moved here, I was sleeping in the bed, but this man was across the street there, shining this red light on me that was on his car. And then he was outside of his car with the handheld red light, which was producing some type of wave. That's what it felt like, it was hitting my body, some type of wave coming through the window. When these people shooting at us, it can go through the glass. Those waves and the sound, the food truck made some type of loud sound that carried a wave, sound wave. And uh, I think that he was using that truck to send stuff through the pipe. So I haven't seen him in a little while, so I don't know who's doing it now. But somebody, like I said, there was pipe going 4 different directions. And plus there was a guy that stayed next door in the burnt house. I think he was digging up under the house. And I believe got something coming over here. But anyway, this is what they've done to my stomach. This is how they filling me up. This is my intestines. This is why they finding this stuff in people's guts, because this is what they're doing to us. They're filling us with something that have the ability to come through the floor, and it goes into our private area. But when it get in us, it turns to something else. Um, I have taken pictures of it. Trying to think where I put it. See if I can find it, because I haven't goggled yet, because I only have a little bit of Listerine left. I got to get me some more. Oh. Mm. See how I'm bouncing? That's because they got my intestines swollen up. Let's see if I can find it. Because I haven't taken a picture of it in a while. But the little tiny particles that stick, the sticky. Whatever it is sticky. But once the Listerine touches it, it loosens up. There you go. This is the sink, and those little particles. It probably look purple because of the Listerine, but it's the color of the inside of my mouth. And you can see the electrical, this energy. I'm submerged in this energy, and whoever this probably the sheriff's department is watching me through these fusion centers, but they can see in this house. That's why they have all this electrical in here, and they send this stuff in my body. No matter what we do, it's in the whole entire house. That's why they put these digital meters on the houses so that they can watch us. It wasn't for nothing good. It was for the evil, because these people are evil. All they care about is the one world order, because these people are of the Masonic order. The sheriff department, city cops, some that is within the military. I can't say the whole entire military is Masonic, but they too many there are. And so they defile our name. They put our name on this blackball list saying that we are terrorists, which is a pure lie. Nothing but a pure lie, because I'm not, I don't know, I can't, how am I hurt somebody? They turned to the neighborhood into domestic terrorists because they began to terrorize us. They began to torture us. People that probably never been in trouble and all their life because they pay any people. People do anything for money. Even destroy the future for their children and their children's children's, if they be any children's. Because you helping them destroy your future. The future for the little children that's coming here now, that's being birthed on this earth today, will probably be slaves to the reptilians, because that's what they are. They're going to begin to show their true self. They're already showing some kind of black, blue beam, making it look like down in Florida, Miami, Florida, that was real. Those wasn't real aliens that they saw. That's blue beam, and they're going to start showing even more stuff before they begin to come out of these suits. They're not really suits, because they can switch. But these are reptilian people. What they done with the real people, I have no idea. I don't know if they locked away somewhere or what. But I could tell you this. God allowed me to see reptilian people in an open vision. I was at my place, and I was watching TV, and I just went into an open vision, and I could see lizard face people. They walked up right like us, but they had lizard faces, and they carried weapons up like this here. They were dressed in uniforms as though they was like astronauts. But that's the type of uniform they had on. And I said, when I come back to, I said, Lord, what was that? Then I begin to see people on TV with these reptilian eye, like our pupil is round. Theirs is a slit. And people, they on TV with people. People acting like they don't see nothing. I'm saying, well, they don't see his eyes change. And they'll start blinking their eyes, trying to get their eyes to turn back to pupil like ours. And one of them was Dr. Oz. I'm going to just name who they are. Dr. Oz. One was Maury Povich. And Maury I used to do it all the time. Till lately, I saw Dr. Phil. He did his whole entire show with his eyes like that. And then I seen Steve Wilco. Steve was trying to hide his eyes doing like that. But see, that's not the real Steve. Cause I try to watch Steve every day. I haven't watched it since. Since I saw his eyes change like that, I said that is not Steve Wilco. So I can't trust nothing that they say. They get people put in prison, and they may be innocent. So I stopped watching Steve Wilco, Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil's wife. Both their eyes was like this. So I said, now, if he do his whole show like that, because the rest of them, they'll start blinking their eyes, trying to make their eyes turn back to the around pupil. But he didn't. Dr. Phil didn't. He did it the whole entire show like that. I said, they getting ready to start showing the real uh, uh, reptilian. These aliens or whatever they are, they're going to start showing the real thing. It wasn't long after that they was saying that they was reptilian in the Miami mall. People were running, police, they all lines of polices, um, but they the one that's doing it. It is the sheriff's department that is doing it. Um, a lot of people that's in the neighborhood are not human. You can pretty much tell who is human and who not because the reptilians, they busy. They always doing something, and they like to have electrical equipment, like they building something all the time. We don't work all the time. You might have to, they might well whoever whoever you see that back in the day, you'll see people doing stuff. They call them workaholics. That might not be a human. It may be somebody that work and just work, but then it may not be because these things they just busy. They real busy. It's like they have to do stuff, and they doing stuff to whoever it is that's living around them that's being targeted. It's like they have to do something, and I got to find. I keep forgetting to do it. See, I think they're doing something to me to make me lose time because uh they think I be meaning to do it. I don't get them done, and I could be sitting doing something, and it's like my time just goes. It's something weird going on. And like I was saying on another video, when I was a teenager, ever since I was a teenager to my adult life, my mind would go in a blank place. I mean, completely blank. No thoughts, no nothing. And I could be walking. I have walked out in front of cars more than one time. I was in Washington, D.C. after my mama died. We moved to Washington, D.C. with my sister. And we lived off of Ridge Road. And Ridge Road run into uh, Minnesota Avenue. I think that's, yeah, Minnesota Avenue. And I was coming from the Greenway shopping center because we lived in the Greenway apartments. And so when I was walking, the light was green. And before I could get up to the light, I just went in a blank place, and I just kept walking right out in front of cars. What made me come back to is them blowing their horns, and they was like that. Honey, these things evidently, whoever it is that's watching me and controlling me or whatever they doing to me, was trying to kill me because I walked out in front of the cars a few times. After I went back home, uh, my daddy got sick. And so we went out. I don't know how I knew he was sick, but some kind of way I knew he was sick. And I was out there. And so uh, the rescue had to get the rescue squad to come pick him up, take him to the hospital. And he didn't want to go to the hospital. He kept, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And but Joe, he worked with the rescue squad. He was there too. Joe, I can't remember what Joe's last name. White guy. He just picked my daddy up and put him on the stretchers, and they took him on to the hospital. So the very next day, I was walking downtown, and that happened to me again, where I just walked out in front of Joe. And Joe said, if you don't open your eyes, we're gonna be taking you to the hospital next, like that. But I went in a blank place. And I've done that quite a few times, walking. I'm still walking, and I go in a blank place. And I walk by people that say, you can't speak. I didn't see them. But I had children after I had my kids. I had to do things. And 'cause when I lived in D.C., I actually quit going places because I was afraid to go because of me walking out in front of Minnesota Avenue like that. But when I got home after I had my children, I had to get out and do things for them to make sure they eat and whatever. I had to do it. And so when I started when I got into the church and I started praying, there'd be times where uh, I'll go in these blank places. And I try to tell this to the people at church. They would say I've fallen asleep. No, I wasn't falling asleep. This was something else going on. And I would have these tests did on my brain. They never would tell me nothing because the doctors in the hospital, they're part of this thing. All these people been knowing all this time that there's something else going on. But they would never tell me nothing. They send me to have these tests, but they would never tell me anything about the test. Just like they sent me to take no tests. And so it was just a few years ago that I realized I'm in this game stalking thing where I'm being stalked and my life is being destroyed and they're aging us, actually aging us. Um, everybody's under attack. Everybody who's human is under attack because they got this radiation energy coming out from under the ground because they building under the ground. They building cities or city, whatever, underground. Whatever you need, a person, anybody need to survive is underground. They got luxury places for the rich to live. They got they grew up food and all kind of stuff down under the ground. They have lights at the top of under the ground. But this energy is from the lights that's underground. It's coming up through the ground. It's coming up through the ground and it's hot. It clings to your feet. Okay, if I go outside, if I walk out on the ground on the outside, this stuff will cling to my shoes and have my feet burning. So once I get in the house, my feet is still burning, even with my shoes on. And sometimes I've had to take ice and put my feet on top of ice or soak my feet in water. This whole entire house. And there's somebody controlling this stuff because gushes of like steam or something comes up and it comes up through my shoes. Whatever this is, it come up through wood, it comes up through bricks, cement, glass. What you name it, I don't know about steel. I don't know about steel. I don't know what this here is. But I can feel it hitting the bottom of this chair. And I don't really know if it's going in me, but I can feel it hitting this chair. So I don't know if it can come through this chair or not, but I'll get out of this chair over here, come over here. and sit. But I can't relax over here. I be scared if I fall asleep over here, I'm gonna hit the floor. But if I anywhere time I go to sleep, it's like they know when I'm asleep, and when I wake up, I'm feeling this stuff filling me up. And you see my stomach. This is my stomach. Like I got two stomachs, but this is my intestines. They doing this to my intestines. And I had started making this video earlier, but I didn't have on the top. So I cut it off and started all over again. So I won't have to show my, because these like little spaghetti straps thing. This is something you can lounge around the house in, but, you know, I don't want to show too much of my body since I'm a Christian woman. I try to not be in it all kind of ways, but they just got my butt jacked up. Because it's not just my stomach getting big, my behind getting big too. I think it's going in my whole body. Like I said on another video, I had a dream last year that I gave birth to myself. My face is different. I can feel this energy be on my brain. My sister, she was a working woman, and she began to um, repeat herself over and over and over. She could ask you the same question maybe 20 times. She'll just keep asking the same question over and over. And so people asking me, like, I'm a doctor, do she have dementia? How I supposed to know that? Because I didn't know nothing about gang stalking. I didn't know about gang stalking until I moved up in this county. That's when I learned that I'm being gang stalked too. But she kept telling me that she can hear wind in her head. But it's not wind, it's technology. We both been having procedures done at the hospital. So when we have procedures done, these doctors are implanting our brains. They're implanting us. You got Elon Musk trying to say that they doing their first brain implant. No, they've been implanting people. Anybody that's having any type of procedure done, you getting artificial intelligence put in your body, even in your gums, because they'll go to the dentist and tell the dentist something. The dentist go along with it because they want to be a part of this thing because they thinking that they want them to survive. They don't want no black people surviving. They'll kill a billionaire just as quick as they kill a poor person. They care nothing about people unless you along with their agenda. So when I went to the dentist, he was doing something in my mouth where I didn't have no teeth. So he didn't have no business putting those stitches in those places. Cause I was wondering, I didn't say nothing though, cause I needed to get those, cause they had, I'm from one place to another. But I was getting a tight inside the top of my head. It would feel like somebody standing over me, stabbing me with a knife in my top of my head. And it would go all the way down. And I believe that was a witch. Because I went to the dentist, the dentist by the hospital in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I can't remember the name of it. But it's like not on the same side as the hospital. It's across the street on the corner. And they got this uh, billboard. I think the billboard got the name of the dentistry there. I'm trying to think. Is there teeth on the billboard? I think there might be some teeth on the billboard. But anyway, this black lady asked could she take my picture. I thought it was weird. I never had no dentist ask to take my picture. But the first time I went there, they just cleaned my teeth. And it was a white lady that was cleaning my teeth. And she cut me in the roof of my mouth. I bled all day, because I went there that morning. I bled all the rest of the day. And I had to look up on the internet how to stop it, because I was afraid to go to sleep, because that's how much I was bleeding. And they told me to use the internet said to use the internet said to use tea bags. Said to use tea bags, so I got a tea bag. I keep tea, so I got a tea bag and press it up against that place in the up in the roof. I ain't got no teeth in the roof of my mouth. She had no business up there cutting me, and then didn't even try to give me no gauze or nothing to stop the bleeding or anything. But that worked. That tea bag did work, cause in the morning when I woke up, I wasn't bleeding no more. And I was supposed to go back. No, I did go back. I went back. I didn't say nothing about them cutting me, cause I needed one of my teeth had broke on this side over here, and though they pulled it, it took that man 4 hours to pull one tooth. Golly, you talking about somebody in pain when my feelings came back in my mouth. Lord have mercy. I had my granddaughter massaging my head. I was about to cry. So I was supposed to go back because I had another tooth they said needed to come out. But my daughter called to her, and I told her to, when she called the dentist to make sure she, call for me too. But she called for herself and didn't call for me. And so they wrote me a letter, told me I couldn't come back. So it pissed me off when they wrote me that letter, because that was the first time I missed an appointment. But I would meet my daughter too, because she canceled her appointment and didn't cancel mine when we going together. Because she was the one driving. And they told me not to come back. And so I wrote them back and I told them I didn't want to come back. I told them I didn't want to come back. I said because the woman cut me in the roof of my mouth. I could have bled to death. Then I said it took the 4 hours to pull one tooth. I said I don't even want to come back. And after that, I started getting these sharp pains in my top of my head. And after we moved to the second house, I was getting a sharp pain, like somebody was stabbing me. I mean, it was painful. Then my teeth just began to break. My teeth would just break. I wouldn't even be eating or nothing. They'll just crumble. And so they would crumble, and just the roof of the teeth was still up there. And so I said I got to get that out of my mouth. And so I had to get surgery to get the roots of the teeth out of my mouth on both sides. And so the dentist was African. And the first time I went there, everything looked normal. There weren't no gang stalkers up in there, but that second time, the whole area, nothing in there but gang stalkers. They already had their phones out with, because they can attack you with their cell phones. They go to some type of site, but there's something in your body. I don't know if it's your DNA or if the technology have numbers or something. All I know is they point their cell phones at you. And they don't even have to point their cell phone at you. They could just have the cell phone out. But the post office man, the city post office man, no, it wasn't the city post office man. It was it UPS and FedEx? I think it was the UPS man. He used to, when I had a package that I had to sign for, he would actually point his thing at me and click it. So that's why I quit going to the door for the UPS man. And I said, wait till they leave before I go out there. They're not gonna be clicking me. And so the city poster man. He would just take my package, just throw it, and I got it on video too. He can't deny that. He would just throw my package on the porch. And then one day he threw it on the porch. And then went up on the porch and looked at it and went on by. They will open up my package. I got some packages where my package inside the box was cut open. I've gotten shoes that look like they stepped on the box and bent my shoes. So I had to call Belts and let them know that my package was messed up. So they sent me another pair of shoes. They would just do. I'll get my packages. It's open, but it's not just the package, the box that's on the outside. It's the stuff on the inside of the box where they opening up my packages. Then they'll halfway tape it back. Cause I said, I know dang on well the people at the wherever I ordered from didn't send it out like that. The postal people opening up my stuff. Like you don't have no privacy. You can't order nothing without them looking in your mess. I just been going through some stuff for the last. It had gotten really bad since I've been. It's been 8. We've been out here 8 years. But things started happening before we even moved up here. Even in Lumberton, I would go to the stores and people. So I'm gonna say 8 or 9 years when things really got out of hand. Tell you the truth, after my son was murdered, after Satan got my son out the way, um, things just started happening. Strange things started happening. And it started out with me calling up because my son had gotten a car wreck. And he had a lawyer. And so I called the lady. She was a black lady who worked for the lawyer. Because I needed my son's social security number. I didn't have it. So this woman going to try to talk junk to me. She after I believe I called her. I must have left a message or something. Because she called me early in the morning. I was still in the bed asleep. She called me early in the morning, talking cash. Didn't even give me a chance to say nothing. She done talking junk to me and hang up. So I had to call her back and let her know who in the heck you think you talking to. That's my son. I'm trying to bury. You know. And she sounded like she was about to cry. I don't know. I don't give a good nothing about her about to cry. So she pissed me off. She might be the one that it could be her. But my name was already on the blackball list because this started happening in Roland, North Carolina, one red light town that I walk all over Roland. Everywhere I went, I never had a car. Everywhere I went, I walked. That's why I stayed so small. I only weighed 123 pounds after having 4 children because I walked all the time. Wherever I had to go, even out in the country, I had to walk out there. Because, you get tired of asking people to do anything for you. Now, I didn't ask people. I walk. It don't cost me nothing to get out there and walk. Plus, it's good for my lungs, good for my heart. I walk there and walk back. And the only reason I quit walking, we're out there because the dogs are chasing me. I don't feel like running from dogs because they might outrun me. I used to outrun a dog. But as I got older, I must have slowed down some. But anyway, that's where it started in Roland. And I thought maybe it was Danny Bradshaw, the chief of police, who put my name on that blackball list. So that was way before this woman here. Cause I was in Roland. I left Roland the early part of the 90s. So I was being attacked in the 80s. But I was going in this blank place even before that. Because my mama died in 74. And I was going in blank places even back in them days. So I don't know why I was going in no blank place. I still don't know why I was going in completely blank places. Where my mind is just blank. No thought, no nothing. and I'm walking and walking out in front of cars. Hmm. But anyway, after Mama died, we moved to D.C. Um, I admit it's where I met my daughter, uh, my oldest daughter, Daddy, and got pregnant at 18. I had her at 19. But anyway, um, I don't know. They just so much going on that I'm being filled up. They putting all this weight on me, but it's not. It's not from me eating. It's from this stuff they putting inside my body. And my feet will be just swollen up. My right foot is the one that swells up so bad. So I had to start buying bigger shoes and boots. My boots, my legs. I always had little skinny legs, but I guess they had to get bigger too. Since I'm gaining all this, they put this weight on me because of all how they filling me up with stuff. And I started gaining this. Well, gradually I was gaining weight through the years. Because I started having a problem with my bike. So evidently that was coming from the witches attacking me. Because they attack at the lower part of your bike, your spine. That's where they started, the lower part of your spine. And that's where they be attacking me. All up through my spine. But military, because I was on Fort Bragg when they started shooting me and shot me in my spine. That's why they can get so much control. Because before that, after the doctors put something around my heart, because they claimed that they had put a stent in one of my arteries. I had 3 clogged arteries, but they only put a stent in one of them. But that thing was moving. I could feel it moving. Kind of like maybe there was a little wheel in me or something right here by my heart. But I could I had some big, I still got one of them, a big magnet. I had 2 great big magnets. And I could just place one there and it would malfunction. It was, it would stop. And so the last time I felt it, it was malfunctioning without me putting anything. I could feel like it would start shaking and it would stop. And it would start. So I just put the magnet up there and it never did start back again. And I knew this dude. I knew him a year before he actually seduced me. I must say that's what he did. But anyway, he claimed he had a headache, because I was at his room and we had he picked me up and he would take me shopping. So we would, cause what he was doing was setting me up for the military people to be able to attack me. And he brought me some perfume. I gave that perfume away too. I don't even have no more. Um, but it was some Marc Jacob perfume. And I ended up buying it was the white, the little white bottle. But I brought the yellow because I like the yellow better. But the white, I gave it away because he brought it. But anyway, he took me shopping twice, to tell you the truth. One time he brought me a wallet. But the first time he brought me the perfume. And I started noticing how the military people was acting. They would just walk right in front of us. These guys, they weren't even Americans. These were some black guys, but they were from the UK or UN or something. The U something. They weren't American military, but they were at Fort Bragg. They started before we even got in. They just walked right in front of us, and then when we got on the inside of the PX, they walked back right in front of us again. And that's what made me notice something weird going on. So I went over to where the perfume was, and he went looking for some kind of little box that played music. And so this white guy came over and stood by me like he was looking for some perfume, but I could tell he wasn't really looking for no perfume. He didn't even pick none up. He just was looking, but he was using his third eye on me. That's what he was doing. And so once I picked out the perfume I wanted, where he was, there was a group of military men, older and young men, black and white. And so when I went where he was, they came over near where we was and just stood there watching. I was trying to figure out what is going on. I didn't feel right. I didn't feel comfortable. But I didn't know what was going on. And so once we left, he said he had a headache, that he needed to go back to his room. So we went to his room and he took something for a headache. Well, he claims that it didn't work. So he asked me because I have to take good. That's the only thing to take away my headaches. Goody powders, and because I've been having headaches since I was young, and I used to have headaches so bad too. I actually lose my sight for just a short while. I would lose sight. But anyway, he asked me, "Do I have a goody powder?" And I told him, yeah, I kept goody powders in my purse. So I gave him a goody powder, and he laid down, and he didn't wake up till the next day. So that made me stay there too. And so I laid down across the bed on one side of the bed. He was on the other side of the bed, and I fell asleep. I was watching TV. I fell asleep, and I kept hearing a little knocking on the next room over. What they were doing, setting up the weapon to automatically attack, because it shoots like a machine gun. I actually hear it. Once I woke up, that's what woke me up. Me being hit in my spine, because my back was turned to the wall. And I got up and tried to find a place in the room where they couldn't shoot me. So it was in the bathroom because they had it turned towards the bed. They knew exactly where the bed was. They knew. And I actually heard them when they left out the room and they ran down the hallway. So I didn't never go back to the bed. I just said I took my shower and I just got dressed. Um, and when he finally woke up, he said, "You up and dressed?" I said, "Yeah." And I was sitting at the table because that's the only place that it won't shoot me. He thought he would get shot. They was shooting him too. I left him over there, and I didn't even tell him nothing about it because he knew. But he kept setting me up. Like we go out to eat. Everybody in the restaurant was gang stoppers. He would get up and walk to the buffet and leave me sitting there. And then they start pulling out their phones and read whatever it was that they were texting them. They read it off the phone. And I just felt so uncomfortable until I realized this man is setting me up. It took me a while to realize this joker is setting me up for the be attack. And so the last time he called me, he told me he was coming. I said, "Well, I'm not going nowhere." And he said, made some kind of noise, like he was a frustrated noise. And he never did come. I haven't heard from him since. And that's been years ago. Actually, 5 years ago. I haven't heard from him since. So I've been afraid to date because I realized men from my past, they knew who I was. I just didn't know who they was. And they was contacting me on purpose. Contacting me on purpose. Coming in my life. because they were getting paid to do it. They call them honey pots. They got men and women. They have the women for the men and men for the women. And they hunting us down like animals, like we are animals. Because I used to go on this site some years ago. And I mean, they just coming out the woodworks, all all type of men trying to talk to me. And it was overwhelming. So I got back off. I got off of the site. It was just overwhelming because they got it looking like I'm some kind of porno star or something. Even if I go to the doctor, they were sending stuff to the doctor. Like one thing I've never done is took no sex movie, but I believe they did something like they got me looking like I'm on a sex movie or something. That's something I would never do. And they were sending stuff to the doctors. They looking at it on their computer. But I said if I ever see it, somebody gonna get sued because I knew who I had sex with, and I knew um, where I had sex at, and if they had some type of hidden cameras in there, so somebody gonna get sued. And I want to sue now, but who are trying to sue the military and the sheriff department and the city cops, cause the judges they part of it too, the lawyers they part of it too. It's hard to find anybody who's not a part, even the restaurants and stuff like that. I used to order pizza. I got where I was afraid to even order pizza in my name because I didn't know if they were part of me or what. Because the carriers are part of it. I quit taking the Ubers and the Lyfts because they part of it. People just don't care. Long as they get paid some money, they just don't care. And the reason why I know they part of it because of the way they started acting towards me, because they get the texts. The texts will let them know that I'm being targeted. And then wherever they drop me off at, here come the gang stalkers driving. And some of these cars can shoot through their lights. Because I've seen it. It look like the lights can, I don't know if it's opening up or just pulsating. But it's doing something and something come out from the light and can hit you. I've been hit from a car. We riding behind a car. And it was a black man in with a car silver. I think it was a silver car. He was in front of us. Before we turned off where we was turning off, I seen the light do something. I don't know if it would open up. That guy over there, he know how to do it. I've seen him. I've seen him working on cars, and I've seen that whatever it is that the lights do on the back of them cars, I've seen him do it. But them black, these like SUVs or something, they black. But this was a silver car, so they can do the cars too. But the ones that would be riding by my house, because I would go home, to spend time to my own self. Because dealing with other people, especially somebody that got mental problems, and you got to do everything for them. Because my sister, even when she was walking, I still had to do everything for her. I had to make sure she take a shower, which she didn't want to do. She fought everything. Any and everything I tried to get her to do, she fight it. And I had to do everything for her. Make sure she eat, make sure she take a shower, just do everything. And so sometimes I need to go home, just spend some time to myself. And when I go home, I'll always cut my grass and rake the yard. And then here come the gang stalkers riding by, shooting at me. I could hear it hit the house. I just been going through some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So I finally found somebody that'll cut my grass for me. He don't charge me but $40. But he didn't rake the yard. He just cut because he had a riding lawnmower. And so I had to cut my own grass at first. And then I would cut my sister grass because her grass had to be cut every week because she had her grass grew faster than mine. But I cut my grass every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks I would cut my grass, and every week I cut my sister's grass. Because she had a much smaller yard than mine. But my yard wasn't too big either. And it didn't take me long to cut. And it won't see like cutting my sister's grass, especially her front yard. Her front yard was bigger than her backyard. And that's when they would bother me. Some white people stared up. It was a guy. He was always messing with me across the street. But then the idiot that was 2 doors down, he was a white dude too, would cut symbols in the cement. Everywhere we had cement, he cut symbols. And so when I called the community watch leader, he really didn't care what they were doing. He just wanted to see the symbols. He asked me, could he come see the symbol? I told him no. No, you need to talk to that joker that's cutting these symbols, because this is not our house. This is somebody else's house. And he's such an idiot. He cutting up these people's cement. That's why we moved. But I really loved that house. That was a nice house. I really loved that house. And so we found the second house. And then a sheriff started there. Now the first house and the second house, I recognize those sheriffs. I recognize those people. Because I saw the one at the first house, I saw him at the courthouse. He actually talked to us at the courthouse. And then the second one, the first time he gang stopped me was at the grocery store. And then I saw him leaving from the house that was right in front of us. That was just before they moved. They ended up moving because they had been gang stalking us for 2 years. Black men. That's why I said, people talking about Black Lives Matter. I said, well, it don't matter to black people, because black people will kill black people and destroy other black people's lives. All white people got to do is pay them. Black people don't care about black people's lives. Y'all can cut that crap out. How about Black Lives Matter? If it don't matter to black people, then why should any other race matter to them? Because the most of my gang stalkers are black men. Got black women too, but the majority of them are black men. So black lives don't matter to nobody. Because we'll kill each other. I'm surrounded right now by black people. Front, back, across the street, way across the street. Black folks attacking us. Got me swole up like this. Got crap coming out from under the ground through pipes. Filling me up with crap. Got my intestines all swole up. These are my intestines. My intestines. So you tell me, who do black lives? I'm a black woman. I may be light skinned, but baby, you better believe I's black. My mama, my grandmama, my daddy, half white, half black. So I got more black in me than anything. No matter how light this skin is. I come from dark people. Don't want to be no other. I don't even want to be no other race but this race here. So you tell me, who do black lives matter to? If it don't matter to black people, why should it matter to anybody else? Please tell me. Because there more black people destroying me, hurting me every day. Every single day for the last, I can't even say how many years, but the year that I know I've been up here, it's been 8 years. This past January made 8 years that I've been in this county. But I was being attacked in the other county too, just not as big because I didn't know what I know now. They just was messing with me long enough to make me feel like I'm having medical problems. I'm going to the doctors. They knowing they can't help me. But they know what's going on. They part of it. Everybody know, even in the grocery stores, they know. Everybody know but me. My sister was so pitiful. She kept saying she feel wind in her head. And I found out it's technology because they sending signals hitting her, just like they do me. Signals. It's coming from everywhere. Signals. So these people got it on their cars. They set stuff in the yard just so they can attack you. And then she started seeing people coming in her house. She told me she could see us, me, my sisters. She see people walking through her walls. And she was really seeing it because the military sending projections. And how they had us in there, I don't know. But she could see me and even my dead sister. She said she see Vip. Vip was dead. She see all of us. How they know how we look, I don't know. But they were putting us in her house. And I know she was seeing it because they made a mistake of doing me like that. I got up. I was ready to fight. I'm laying in my bed. I don't know. I'm on in the bed. I'm on the couch. They knew exactly where I was because I was on the couch. And I had my face turned to the back of the couch. And I rolled over, and when I rolled over, I guess I opened up my eyes. There, a man standing there looking at me. I said, and he just popped away. I'm thinking it's a spirit. I jump up, went in warfare. I went in warfare. Because I wasn't scared of no spirit. But it wasn't no spirit, it was a projection. A projector. And every time I come outside, either he out there or she always come out laughing. Because there was a laughing demon of following me. After my son got murdered, I started hearing this laughter at nighttime. And so I asked my daughter, do she ever hear something laughing? And she said no. I said, well, every night for about 2 months went by, I could hear something laughing at nighttime. And I said, I took laughing ammo out the box because the kids had a box of toys. And I said, that's not the laughter that I'm hearing. She said, it's a fish. I said, a fish? She said, yeah, it's a toy in the toy box and it laughs. So I pulled every single toy out of that box, and the fish was at the bottom of the box, the very bottom of that box. I pulled all those toys out, and that fish was the last thing I pulled out, and it had a trigger like a gun. The only way you could get that fish to laugh, you had to pull a trigger. But that fish was laughing every night, every single night. It woke me up laughing. And it didn't do it until after my son was murdered. And after I found it, I don't even know what happened to it. It just laughed, just like when I was trying to get the witches sent a gift to me, a pink top. But I didn't throw it away. I didn't know what to do. I just said, I ain't wearing this. I put it in the closet. But they said I should have burnt it. But anyway, they sent an orb. And I was coming out the bedroom, and I walked out into the little area that was between the kitchen and all the other rooms. And when I walked out that room, an orb just came out of the invisible and was sitting up in the air, just sitting there. So I was looking at it, but I was talking. And it sat there for a while. I reckon it was waiting, timing my lips, timing me talking. So that because it said, "Whoo," I actually could hear it make that noise too. That's why I keep saying "whoo," because I heard it wing, make that noise. It flew in my mouth and went down in my body. And I ran in the kitchen. I got some anointing oil, put it in the water, and I prayed over it. I drunk it. And then I heard my grandson say, "Ooh, something just flew down my throat." And so I grabbed him and anointed him and prayed over him. But it won't. That thing was in me for 4 years. 4 whole years about to drive me crazy. And my grandson messed with him too. He started eating paper at school. And so I had to start going to school and sitting with him and stuff. And he was about to flunk until I started helping him. I didn't actually help him. I make him think. That's all he needed was somebody to make him think. And there were other children in that needed that help too. Because the teacher, she was only helping the smart children that didn't need no help. The kids that needed help, that they raised their hand, she just, "Put your hand down, boy." That's what the Mr. whatever his name was. It was a man teacher. They didn't help those children. They didn't want to help the children that needed help. Everybody, some people have learning disabilities. They don't want trying to help them. So I got up and started helping them. Them children wanted to learn. And when I didn't give them no answer. I help them think. That's all they need. I'm about to cry. Lord have mercy. Children want to learn. All they need is somebody to take time with them. And some of them come from parents that don't know. You know, they depressed and they this and they that. Sometimes we have to step into. I would go. Sit down, boy. You hear them girls going outside. You not going outside. Go on, lay down. Lay down. You can go out there when they come back in. They just need somebody. So I will go sit with my grandson. That's how he passed. By me going there, helping him to think. That's all he needed. I didn't never give him an answer. I would help him think. And he passed his grade. Because they were going to flunk him. But he's smart. That boy could, if you explain something to him, he can explain it and teach it. I was amazed at he get to telling me about the clouds and about the dinosaurs and stuff like that. I was amazed at how smart he was, that he could actually explain it to you. And I told him, I said, "Boy, you is smart. You really smart, cause he got one of those memories that remember, and then he don't just remember it. He can teach it, but he ain't had nobody to take the time with him and um, give him the right thing that he needs." But anyway, I don't even know where to go from there, cause I done went from all the way from Africa to California to Jamaica. I've just been going through so much crazy stuff. It don't make no sense. And I'm trying to take care of my sister, and they steady attacking me. I could be in there giving her a bath, and they'll just start burning my feet. These people are monsters. They pure monsters. And they always want to. They all cross the water talking about Black Lives Matter. To who? Show that matter to the Black Lives Matter, because them people witches. Pure witches. And when they got all that money, who they spend it on? They sales. Brought them dang on $1 million homes. Didn't help no neighborhood. They're going to use this black man death. If it was a true death. Because I'm about to wonder, these people really dying, or they going on underground? I'm just wondering. Because everything that we know is our history has been nothing but a lie. We've been living a pure natural born lie. And now it's about the time for the end. And we just finding out exactly what's going on when it's about over with. But it's the best part, because hopefully it all depends on how you live your life here, whether or not, where you going. Because a lot of people going straight to hell. You witches, you going straight to hell if you don't repent and ask God to forgive you for working your witchcraft on people, destroying people. These people so evil today attack children. My grandson was 9 years old when this witch, because of some crap that her daughter was doing in the church. Witchcraft is all in the church. That's why I don't go to nobody's church, because they nothing but witches up in there. And then people want to talk junk because you don't go to church. I could care less what y'all devils say. When I found a church where there ain't no witches up in there and no homosexuals in there having sex and all up in the pulpit, then I go to church. But until then, no, I'll stay right here because I'm safer. And all this crap going on in this house, I'm safer here. Look at all that crap. They stuff flying out there now because the dogs outside. They can't even go outside and pee because these witches got something going on this property. When the dogs go out to pee, you got crap flying. Look like a million of stuff flying around out there. When you pastors get some power where you can fight and help anoint the people in the church to fight against evil, then maybe I can go back to church. But as long as the evil sitting up in there with me and working their evil on me, and I'm thinking these people, these ministers, laying hands on me and doing crap, not even. Not even. I reckon I need to get out here because I'm starting to piss myself off now. Whole neighborhood is nothing but evil, pure evil. And to come here, you think it's so nice and quiet. The people are so friendly. Ain't nobody friendly. Ain't nobody nothing but devils, pure devils, monsters. It's just so sad. Just so sad. People patrolling your house like you what you patrolling for? They ain't nothing. If I'm doing anything inside this house, there's nothing you can do out there. Not nothing. What time is it? 6:21. We're talking about an hour. Yeah, it's been an hour. Let me get off of here. My nose all stopped up. My eyes itching because of this mess in this house. I reckon Poncho want me to shut up. But this stuff they putting inside our bodies, I got to figure out how to get this stuff out of my guts. But I know if I use Listerine, I can get it out of my mouth, just gargle. So I got to figure out what I can do that won't kill me. Make sure it don't kill me trying to get rid of this mess. And then if it works, then I'll let the world know what to do. But anyway, I'm getting off of here.